family. So much appreciation for the fans. I'm always like other fans, so higher standard to other fans.
Will you always? I know you have an Arizona home, but no matter where you play, will you always?
Yeah, this is home. Yeah, no, this is home for me. I do have a house in Arizona for this time of year. This is cold here, but this is my home. I love my house here.
Brian, 24 and 36 hours later, after all this plays out, how do you feel about things currently as we sit today?
You know, with the Bears, or just
kind of in general? What's going through your mind right now about what happened?
Honestly, it wasn't a shock to me that it would have been like this. I said this before. I told my agent at the beginning of the offseason that I don't have a good feeling about the Bears, because there was no dialogue going back and forth. They didn't even talk to my agent. I specifically told my agent not to call the Bears because I wanted to see if they really wanted me back or not. And he didn't contact us until the combine they met, and then they asked for us to send a proposal over. You know, we did that. Obviously, it was too high. You don't want to start where you want to finish. You know, so we were going to go down from there. Just never could get a deal worked out. You know, we had enough proposals sent back after they sent theirs over, and it was much lower than the first one we sent, but that didn't matter. You know, the Bears were stuck on their offer. That's what they had in mind. They weren't moving, so just didn't work out. You know, and I wasn't surprised one bit. Honestly, you know, I saw this coming. I think, and just trying to move on.
Do you think, Brian, with the benefit of hindsight, that the offer they gave you, that they truly believed you would turn down, and this was their way of showing you some sort of respect, but ultimately they never thought you would take that deal?
I think they made the offer to stay safe with the fans and publicly to say, well, we tried to get him back, but he wouldn't accept our offer. He wanted too much money. You know, that's the way I feel about it. I could be wrong. You know, maybe they really thought I would take that offer. But the thing is, they still, you know, they talk about how great of a locker room guy is, how good of a leader I am, all this and that, but their offer didn't reflect that.
Are you surprised, I would say surprised and disappointed that Phil Emery or George McCaskey didn't call you personally, Brian, after 13 years and the way you played, when they decided they were going to release a statement? How disappointed were you that they didn't call you before the release of that statement?
It was amazing how fast they released it. So they got off the phone with my agent at, I don't know what time it was, and 30 seconds later they already had to email on Twitter. So they already had the statement prepared, obviously, because they talked to coach from George and Phil and everyone in there. So right when I had on the phone, my agent said, he goes, "You're not going to look at it. Use some choice words. You're not going to believe this." They did. And they released it right away. So they knew what was going to happen. You know, they were ready for it. Obviously, they had coach from George and Phil. I would have appreciated the call from, you know, maybe not Phil, George, or someone else that I've been around. I haven't been around Phil. You know, he was here for 1 year, so I don't know him all that well. But someone else I've been around the Warriors for a long time.
So have you still not received anything from George or Tad or anybody in the organization?
Oh, no, I don't expect that to happen.
Brian Urlacker joining us, Waddle and Silvy on ESPN 1000. Do you see the time? I know you're upset now, and it's never easy after 13 years. But do you?
I'm not upset. I was never upset. I understand the business side of football, and it's time to move on for me. That's all it was. I was never upset. Disappointed. Yes. I want to be the Bears 100%, but it just didn't work out. But never upset about it. You know, disappointed.
But do you see a day where they can bring you back, retire your jersey, and honor you the right way at Soldier Field?
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea if that would ever be possible. First of all, they have to ask me to do it. You know, I don't know if they want to do that or not.
And would you be open to that?
I don't know.
Hey, Brian, you talked about leadership. Who fills that void now? Who is the face of this franchise? Who's the leader would you expect going forward in this team?
Well, you know, Lance and Seth will still be here. Peanut's still here, you know. There are a lot of good players on this football team. You know, they're signed some good players as well. I mean, already in free agency, they signed a good tight end and a good tackle, which I think are great for the Bears. We needed that the last couple of years, and they adjust that right away. But Lance has always been great. That's awesome. Peanut does a great job as well.
Have you gotten any serious offers in the last 24 to 48 hours, Brian?
I haven't talked to my agent yet. You guys wouldn't believe how busy my phone is right on fire. So the school come out of it. If everyone's respecting me and calling me, numbers I don't recognize. So I haven't talked to them last week. I didn't know 2 days ago when I was happy I haven't spoken to him.
Brian, does it have to be the right financial offer for you to sign up with somebody else? I know you talked about, look, for $2 million, but I have to put my body through it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Would that same similar type of offer be acceptable from another team?
I don't think so, honestly. I just, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being an arrogant jerk. That's a lot of money, but for what my body goes through at my age, in my career, it's not worth it for me to do that. Last season was rough with my knee, playing and playing all season long, never get a chance to do my rehab. It was tough, but season go on, and I'd like to do a little more than that if I could.
Speaking of your body, a lot of people have done guessing in the last 24 to 48 hours as to what type of player you still can be. How would you answer that?
Well, I guess on the field is all I can answer. My body feels great finally. Like I said, my knee feels good now. I've been doing rehab now. I'm actually working out now finally. Whereas last time all I did was rehab, trying to get this thing right, and it never was. But now I'm just finally working out, doing things I need to do to get better, get back on the field, be successful.
So you would expect to be a healthier, better player this year than you were in 2012 because of the rehab?
Well, I felt like midway through the season last year, I was starting to get better finally. I was getting in football shape and actually starting to make some plays on the field, like I used to do. That's when my damn hamstring. So it didn't matter. But yeah, I feel like I can practice a defensive football team.
As you field offers or pursue an employment with another team, would you limit that, Brian, to teams that you truly believe have a chance to win a championship because of your age?
Yeah, I'd say yes, but at the same time, I want to play football, I would like to play for a team that has a chance to win the Super Bowl. I want to play football.
If you come back to Chicago, let's just say, hypothetically, in a Vikings uniform, is there anyone on the Bears offense next year that you'd be more interested in hitting than others?
Every day in practice, I respect the guys on our offense. I don't know what it's going to be. If that doesn't happen, it's going to be a weird day for me to go to another locker room and take in, all my friends and guys I've played with the last 13 years, so it's going to be tough to do.
Matt Forte has been doing a lot of tweeting about that new rule, the crown of the helmet rule.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. I wasn't paying attention.
So, is that fair though? Running backs outside the tackle box now cannot leave with their helmet. As a defensive player, do you like that new rule?
I don't really care. The guy wants to lower his head, let him lower his head. It's nice to see the NFL's trying to protect the defensive instead of it being an offensive player safety rule, the safety offense, quarterback, flags, whatever, offensive guys. It's nice to see we have a little bit of help on defense now. They're putting up, I think, allowing cut blocks, which is crazy in my mind if you're going to talk about safety because more injuries happen there than anything else. But, I see where Matt's telling you, but at the same time, it doesn't happen very often anyway.
Remember, if in fact you joined us from 2 to 6 daily starting April 1st, you wouldn't have to worry about guys leaving with their hands in any fashion. Come on, be a part of us.
That's what I like doing out there, though. I'm going to make that. I get to do it.
Outside of the Bears can they be Super Bowl in 2013?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of things that go right. I'm really surprised that they didn't go out and the guys like Andy played Mike, he played Bob, Chuck, as well, like Jacksonville. So it's just, I think they can because they got some great players still in defense. Sam had a great year. One of the best defense players in the last year. Henry, I'm going on. And with Trentman's an offensive guy for one of the first. So, we should be better over there as well.
Brian, is it safe to say that realistically, had the Bears just been willing to negotiate a bit and come up to, let's just use the number $3 million a year for 1 year, that you would be part of that defense in 2013?